What's up, guys? It is episode 5 of the Wink Weekly. This week, our guest is Mr. Mike Green.
How you doing, Mike?
As always, Mr. Victor Rodriguez on the hook with us. We did not have a whole lot of action on the waiver for the week, but Vic is going to give us a quick little blip on that.
The only thing I have is I seen that Chris Powell went out there and got the Minnesota Vikings defense. It's a good pickup for him this week and for next week as they play Baltimore this week and Cleveland next week before going on to their bye. Other than that, not a lot of action.
Yeah, no trades for the week. Mike, you got anything you want to add before we kick off the picks for the week?
Yeah, man. It's kind of funny that Victor says no action, man. The franchise, he did his homework for this week. He picked up Deion Lewis, which I think is the best running back in New England. Also, he picked up Torrey Smith as a Hail Mary play. I think he's going to do something with him as well. Also, he picked up the Panthers defense going against a rookie quarterback with Chicago. So, big shout out to Vic.
Hey, I like to stay humble. Stay humble with my picks.
Right. I should probably eat crow from all the videos that we sent back and forth last week. That was awful.
Oh, man.
Awful. I had a good time.
Had a good time.
But, man, I shit the bed on that. For the week, as far as picks go, for some odd reason, I am 19-2 this year with picks. Vic is 13-8, and our guests so far average 4-1. So, if you're counting, take me and take the guest. Don't take Vic. Vic will probably mislead you on that. But first game of the week that we have is Magnifipunt against Terrence Ganaway's team. In case you missed it, greatest of all time. We are all going to pick one thing, try to get the speed up a little bit. We're going to pick one thing we like about the game and then make the pick. Try to really dig into game of the week a little bit more. But first off, we are going to start with our guest, Mr. Green. Tell us what you think.
Well, I'm going to have to go with Terrence this week, man. I think he's finally going to reach 2 games, 2 wins. Good for you, Terrence. He has triple-headed monster over there, running back Duke Johnson, Mark Ingram, and Fournette. So, I'm going with Terrence for this one.
Mr. V-Rod, what are you thinking?
I'm right there with him. I have Terrence going with these Titans that we have. Reason I'm going with Terrence is not because of the running backs, because he has got a good set of those, but he has Duke Johnson going against Tennessee. We've seen what Marlon Mack, not Frank Gore, but Marlon Mack did. He can bust through there, and the same thing with Duke Johnson. I like Nick's team, but I don't like his players this week. And Fitzgerald, I don't like him at all this week because he hasn't scored a touchdown in an away game this year. All his productions come from home games, and they're cost upon this week.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, biggest thing there for me is Nick losing Aaron Rodgers, huge blow, and then Leonard Fournette's just been killing it. So I'm taking Terrence also. So we got a clean sweep there. All three of us are rolling with Mr. Ganaway to pull that out. The second game of the week that we are going to dig into is Freddie Thrower Jr., Mr. Jaron Brewer's team against the Hood Rats, Billy Luna. So we will kick off. V-Rod, tell us what you think about that matchup.
I'm going to go with the 3-3 Billy Luna. Reason why, because Jaron is 1-5. I've tried pushing trades out there for him for free, so I'm going to keep picking against Jaron until he accepts it. And then Billy, he's got Le'Veon Bell, and I think he can do it without Hopkins this week.
Yeah, I am. I'm rolling with Billy in that game too. I think that Le'Veon Bell and Carlos Hyde have got enough to get it done. One interesting thing on their matchup is over the last 4 weeks, had Jaron and Billy matched up, Billy would have won 4 straight against Jaron. So he's outscored Jaron in 4 straight weeks. So I am going to take the Hood Rats to pull that out. Mike, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm going to have to go against y'all, man. I'm going Jaron on this one. I see both of the teams scoring real low points. But I see Jaron coming out with this one. I see Drew Brees having a big game against a weak secondary. I also see Drew Brees putting up at least 5 touchdowns. Bell at running back, he's going to struggle against a tough AFC defense with Cincinnati. So look out for that one.
That's an upset of the week.
There we go. I like it. Can't gain any ground unless you take a little bit of risk. The third game of the week that we've got Chris Powell, the Switzer Sweets, against John Hodges' team, Team Belichick, mate. In that game, let me get to my notes. Sorry. I got this as a clean sweep for Chris Powell. If I go across every position, in my opinion, I can make a case that Chris has got the better matchup, better player, more points at every single position this week. There's a little bit of a toss-up there, but again, I can make the case. So I like Chris across the board for me to win that game. I think it's a no-brainer, but I'm rolling with Chris there. What do you think, Mike?
Man, like you said, man, Switzer Sweets, he got it this week. It's a blowout. I don't see anything, anywhere he can go wrong, man. To me, he has the best team in the league, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all day Switzer Sweets.
Yeah. V-Rod?
Well, Chris is averaging 102 points a game so far this year. I am going to take Chris over John. I'm taking him even though Denver has kept most of the running backs in check, but it's a in-division game, and Dez versus San Francisco is going to be a good one for him. The only case I got for John is P-Rod. We've seen what McCaffrey did to Carolina last week. He put up over 12 points. I think he'll get points there with Samaje Perine. But they just got to get Julio Jones the ball in the red zone. He's been targeted several times in the red zone. And that's why I have Chris this week.
All right. In the fourth game of the week, we have It Hurts So Good, Mr. Joe Tigert against the franchise V-Rod's team. So V-Rod won't be picking this game. I'll kick it off here. V-Rod has got a lot of guys on the injury report. But interestingly enough, every single week this year, except for last week, Joe outscored Vic. So for the week, I'm going to take Tigert. I was a little bit back and forth on that. I think it is a close game. It kind of levels out. Even honestly, between positions, I got Vic kind of being the better running back squad, Tigert the better wide receiver squad. So for me, it's kind of back and forth on that one. But I am rolling with Tigert to pull that out. So Mike, what are you thinking, man?
Man, I think the Arizona Cardinals have opened up the passing game at an AP. Carson Palmer's going to have a big game. Zeke's going to run over all over San Fran's defense. Cowboys struggle getting in the end zone. That leaves Dan Bailey having a spectacular upside. So get your popcorn ready. I think franchise got too much firepower here. Take it to get ready to put that dress on.
All right. Yeah, I mean, that Adrian Peterson pick, we didn't talk enough about that, I guess, but that Adrian Peterson pick looks really good right now.
It does look good.
What are you thinking, Vic? Tell us something we don't know about your matchup.
What y'all don't know about my matchup is a quick story behind the Torrey Smith. Washington they throw 64% of the time, which is third most and our second most, followed by Philadelphia with 71%. So I have Torrey Smith. I think they're going to throw the ball. Josh Norman's out. Breland's out. So I think they get that Hail Mary play that I'm hoping for Torrey Smith. Nelson Aguilar's on the other side, but they also have a safety that's out for Washington as well. So that's a beat up secondary. Last time they played, Torrey Smith had a 30-yard reception. It was his own lone reception, so I'm hoping this time it gets an in. And then it is tough for me this week, but just like I said last week, I got to get that 70% left for me to pull it out. I feel like I still have some tinkering to do.
Yeah.
Tigert will wear that dress this week.
Is that the bet? Tiger's going to wear a dress if you beat him?
Well, it's either of us. Whoever loses has got to stand on the busiest street corner in our area wearing a dress, holding a sign saying I was beating fantasy football week 7 by insert. So
that sounds like an awful bet.
Well, it's off for him. So.
Yeah. Last up, we got game of the week. Game of the week is me against Mark Woods. I'm not going to pick this game. One interesting thing to note here is that me against Mark head-to-head every week of the season, 3-3. So it's kind of a back and forth. It's literally alternating weeks. I score more than Mark one week. He scores more than me. So this week is going to, I hope, be a dogfight that goes in my direction, but Winston being hurt hurts me in one league, but here I may have some benefit, and then I look and see that Mark's got Carson Wentz, so I don't want to get started on that. But Mike Green, tell me what you're thinking about the game of the week.
Man, I really like this game of the week. I think both teams are pretty good here. I see Wentz and Jeffries having a good game against an injured Redskins secondary.
Yeah.
Also like Jerry McKinnon against Baltimore defense that gives up a lot of points on the ground. So you got Jordan Howard, running back, Crabtree against the Chiefs, who's also haunted by injuries, missing Eric Berry out there.
Mm-hmm.
You got McCoy on the bench right now, but I think you're going to put him in the bench.
I will.
That being said, straight cash home, you need to go back to the bank. I got Tug winning this game of the week easily.
Easily. I like it. What do you got, V-Rod?
All right, so before I make my pick, I'm going to make a case. Like you said, I hope you're putting McCoy in. I don't want to throw you anything.
I'll put McCoy in.
First,
Frank Gore failed me last week. That dude's not starting again.
He came through. I mean,
right.
All right, so you're first in the South. I've won that division. It's always been tough. And straight cash homie, he's running away with the East. So he's the beast in the East. So McCoy, just seeing what AP did to Tampa Bay, I look to see the same production. They don't have anyone else out there except for Tyrod Taylor and Zay Jones. And you have a better running back core. Hilton is versus he's going against the two of the most dynamic defensive backs in the league, and Crabtree versus Peters this week. But with Crabtree, he plays 57% of his routes are just all over the field, so it's not going to be really much of a shadow. And Hill's home and away splits. When he's away, he's in the top 30s. When he's at home, he's in the top 10. So he is playing away. So I guess we'll see tomorrow night. It's going to be a big indication of what happened. And for Mark, so I went back and looked at some college tape, and EJ Gaines versus Mike Evans. When EJ Gaines at Mizzou against Texas A&M, Mike Evans, he actually held him in check that game, and some college scouts actually dropped Evans in their draft just because of that game, which is pretty big. And Chiefs, they pretty tough against the running backs, but just like how you were this week, Mark is going to be the big crybaby this week. So I have you pulling up the upset, and it's cry. I'm sorry, Mark.
Vic, I think you spend more money on props than you spend on anything else.
It's actually in my son's closet. So.
Why? Why is that in your son's closet?
Well, we just have so much stuff. We bought him an updated Spider-Man costume the other day. So
oh my God.
He just got so much stuff, and then stuff I just found lying around the house.
Well, there you go. There you got it. It's going to be a good game of the week, I think. I'm looking forward to it, Mark. We want to thank Mike Green for being on the show with us this week. We'll give you the last word if you got anything new you want to tell us.
Yeah, hold on 1 minute. Of course, we forgot my game, Toad. What's up, Commish?
Did we not pick Gas No Breaks? No, we didn't.
Man. You need to gas up over
there. Man. We sure did.
Big baby face, man.
So your game, for me, I was back and forth between your game being game of the week and mine, because your matchups for me were really good, but Cody's team, you probably think I have a love affair with Cody's team, but all my stuff printed, like all my notes printed on double-sided today, and I can't keep track of what I have and haven't done. So that is totally my fault. Daggum. Vic, you ready to go? I gotta find it first.
I got you. All right, so we have Gas No Breaks and fourth down firepower. I'm not sure. I need to change that name. It's the same, but I don't know. So we have Murray, Henry, and you have going against Cleveland this week. It is. Now, Murray has been limping. They had a light practice today.
I know.
So I imagine you're putting Henry in there. But the thing is, you're running both running backs in there against number one, Cleveland. Against the number 12 run defense in the Cleveland Browns. It gets covered up a lot because they're always trailing. And then you have Funches, I think, is going to do big against Chicago. But this could be a trap game for y'all. Relying so much on the Titans to get you through to Cleveland. It's not a bad option, but you have so much invested in this game that if it doesn't pan out, it could get ugly. And then you look over at Cody's team, Dak, Kelsey, Gurley, Brown. He's just got a better team, I guess you can say. I'm trying to pick it apart.
Yeah.
But I have Cody taking this one. Sorry, guest.
I've been back and forth. I looked at that game. Like I said, it was supposed to be game of the week, and that's totally my fault for skipping over it, so I apologize. I was back and forth. Like, even looking at it again. So, first 5 weeks of the year, every week, Cody scored more points than Mike. Until last week, Mike scored more points than Cody. And I just like Marcus Mariota, I think, more to take Mike in the game. Roethlisberger's been fine.
I think he's going to switch him out.
Man, you think he's going to put in what? You think he's going to put in Deshaun Watson?
Oh,
Prescott.
Not Prescott.
Prescott.
I'm gonna roll with Mike. I got Cody written down, but I had Mike written down earlier, and it scratched through, and then it's got Cody. I'm back to Mike. I think I'm gonna roll with Mike's team this week.
This game's gonna be crazy. We're all over the place.
Yeah, I think. See, this for me, this was my game of the week, honestly, because I was so back and forth on it. In my game against Mark, I don't feel as good about it as it be. I feel like it's slanted towards Mark. This game, I think it's a heavyweight fight, honestly. So I'm gonna roll with Mike this week. I think Mario. I think he's gonna play Marcus Mariota.
Well, yeah, he is.
I mean, but
We're
you
talking
say that.
Cody.
Mike will like take everybody out of that lineup until like 11:30 on Sunday morning, and we got no idea what's happening until you turn over at 12:15.
Well, I just think. Well, back to Cody's team, and the reason why it's so crazy is because actually in my notes I have him and John mixed up. Cody's actually the one with Chris Thompson, and I was saying Pirine for some reason, but McCaffrey, what he did last week against Philadelphia, went for that 12 points. So that was the kicker that got me. I hope you're right in your pick because he's in my division.
Right.
I'm only 2 games behind. But also Mike Green losing this week, and if I win, that puts me in the wild card slot. So it's a win-win for me.
There you go. Mike, what do you think? I do want to know. I want to hear from you how on earth you knew that Deshaun Watson was going to lose his mind the way he did.
Hey, man, I got Deshaun Watson as Rookie of the Year, man. That balling over there in Houston. They ain't got no choice but the ball over there.
You think he inches out Kareem Hunt for Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, I see Kareem Hunt being slowed down.
Yeah.
They're going to slow him down, man. He's not a Zeke or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Hunt is good for 100 scrimmage yards.
Oh, yeah.
Even though he hasn't scored in 3 games.
Man, but Deshaun Watson is lighting the world on fire right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's crushing
the league. But he's had an easy schedule. If you look at the head schedule, Mike has. Suggest you sell high, my friend.
Yeah.
Sell high.
Yeah. Well, Mike, final thoughts of the week?
Man, I really hate my matchup. I think I suck this week, actually, to be honest. Good luck to my team, but, we're facing the bye-week blues, so I really don't like my team, man. I got like 3 starters on bye week, man.
You do.
I'm really just throwing something out there, but best of luck to my team.
Right.
And let's get it.
B-Rod, you got the crybaby rolling out again?
Yeah, someone please trade with me. I need a wide receiver.
Oh. So the only thing we disagree on, Vic, me and you, is Cody and Mike. I got Mike and you got Cody. Is that right?
That is right.
All right. Well, that's it for episode 5 of the Wink Weekly. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Mike, for being on with us.
Oh, yeah.
We will we'll see you guys next week, and best of luck to everybody, unless you're playing Mike, Vic, or me.
See you guys.